from the happiest place in the Lone Star State. Welcome back to the Talking Mickey Project. TMP is your home for Disney fans of all abilities. Now, it's your host, Emma.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone. I'm doing Emma's thing. In the picture. Oh, wait, but she's doing this. She's doing this. Hey, everybody. I hope that sounded like somebody else. Hello, y'all. Howdy, y'all.
Do it in your cake announcement. In your cake announcement.
I can't just turn it off and on.
Yes.
Well, it's gonna be more like, hey, Sha. Let's tell everybody hello.
Hello.
That a lot more people came in since you went live.
Oh.
So who's here?
What?
Hello. Hello, Mr. Kevin Lively. Or Kevin. Because we heard, Emma told us the joke that you said that your dad is Mr. Lively.
I really like that when
Mr. So-and-so, like from Mr. So-and-so is my father. So hello to April.
Brian,
our partner
April.
channel.
Mike.
Mary.
Yes, Mary.
And
Jonathan. Daddy. You.
Jonathan, Daddy, me.
You.
All right. So tonight is Reaction Summer. Emma's continuing her Reaction Summer series until we get some interviews on the books and to show new ones on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Skip it down. Anyway, that was a fake one.
I know.
I know it still bothers you. I forgot momentarily.
Yeah. And it's on there.
Oh, he said just checking in. Put up Kevin's thing up. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Mr. Kevin Lively. Be careful.
She keeps calling you Mr. Kevin. Just call him Mr. Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Because Mr. Lively is his father.
Oh, okay. I know the joke now.
Okay, you know the joke now. So tonight is
Be careful going to get the grocery, Mr. Kevin.
Replay of Emma and Skipper Dad's interview with Kevin Lively, former Disney cast member, former Jungle Cruise.
Oh, no, we're good, Mr. Kevin, but thank you.
Grab you anything while I'm out. Some coffee? You can grab me a coffee?
Mocha? From Starbucks. The white chocolate mocha.
Oh, Daddy said Mickey bars.
Oh, Daniel. Leave me out. They tell you hi.
My last break, so I won't be on long for Brian. Mike said Diet Coke and chips. I'll just take a coffee. Heavy whipping cream.
I still have white chocolate mocha.
Yeah, I got Emma started on the white chocolate mochas at Starbucks, and I have created a monster. So let's go ahead and get started. We have 8 people on. So let's get started with y'all's interview, and Emma and I will be here chatting live.
Yeah.
Oop, my voice is going.
Cracking.
Yeah, chatting live about the interview.
Yeah. Enjoy, guys.
Bippity, boppity.
Live from the happiest place in the Lone Star State.
Hey,
Welcome back to the Talking Mickey Project. TMP is your home for Disney fans of all abilities. Now, it's your host, Emma.
How long your hair was?
Yeah, you can find me for my haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I got you wearing the same shirt.
No, I'm not wearing the same shirt.
My dad is here. He is in a live cat.
Look how long your hair is.
Apparently, he's not feeling well right now. He has a little bit of a headache.
Look how long my hair is. Hi, Michael. Hi, Mary. And we said hi to Elizabeth. I saw
You
Elizabeth
have to
earlier.
our cattle.
Now, there's Jonathan. There's our buddy Jonathan. Welcome to Talking Mickey Project YouTube channel. Okay. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Monica.
How are you? You've been busy on Facebook the last few days. Monica saying hi to everybody. Hi, Skipper Mom. I'll take Skipper Mom.
All abilities. And it's a
Hey,
little
there's
boy
Grandma.
going to
Hi, Grandma.
a little boy going to
That we're about to
one of the
be
Disney
in almost
parks
a month.
for the first time. He has Down
Lone
syndrome.
Star State.
And
Let's
Joy
get it to a
from,
Friend Star.
Inside
which
Out
is one of
is
the
signing
friendliest
to
states
him.
in the union.
She gets down on her knees to his level. And
So
she's
don't we have to
signing
welcome
him. He
people?
understands what she's saying.
Where's the runner show?
Really sweet. So let's
Remember?
check out the Facebook page.
What if you comment out with Jonathan?
Right.
Sunday night, guys. Everyone's gonna come. Okay, fine.
If you
make them in
your hair
cricket,
is
make
really cute
quick.
that long.
for
It's
her
not like
going to
rectangles,
print.
No,
thank you.
Look. Mike said Emma
The
rocking
cricket
the
make
long
work
hair. Yeah,
in
she was
our
rocking it. So was Emma's mom.
Travel planner.
Looking Drago
It has nothing to do with my length.
in your player.
You're so
Look,
sweet.
what did he want
What?
print? Did he want print or cricket?
Yeah,
Or
that's
Rago
before that. But remember, this
Stuff,
was
that's
back
right.
at the other house.
Go
Yeah, I
to
know. 2020, right? Oh, y'all.
White guard
2021.
dot cricket
She's-
at Gorga Crit
I'm gonna get her. You
Yeah.
pay attention to your audience.
Okay.
You better leave off
at
your
gmail.com.
I got a man the
Okay.
video
Is
from.
that right?
Video, I know.
I got it. She's not gonna listen.
Okay. Our next sponsor.
Right
Oh,
now,
Is our
So I'm
buddy.
back.
What is this?
I'm wearing a different
This is
green
my
shirt.
dear
That's my
friend,
neon green
Rod
Disneyland
Jr.
shirt.
Kind of cafe where he grew
I
coffee.
wear my army green
He
red,
roasts
white, and
his
blue
own
shirt.
coffee. He roasts it.
Oh, that's
roasts
okay,
it
Mary.
in
It's
small
okay, Mary.
batches, and they're selling it
picked the
on
green? picked the green
Bossability.
Yeah, for
.org/store.
Oh, for Jungle Book?
Possibility
Yeah.
is
Oh,
another
Jungle
nonprofit
Book.
that Junior is
We're
helping,
both
and that
Jungle
we're
at
also
the
promoting by
beginning.
promoting Junior's
Oh.
Kaino Cafe coffee, which is very yummy.
Melissa,
It's very
the
yummy.
cat licks a dollar bill. Is that Doctor Who?
And next
A dollar-
is
what?
Your
Me.
podcast.
Dalek.
what's my
Enough,
podcast about?
darling.
Is what he's trying to say. A Dalek.
It's called Beyond Disability Texas, and right
Yeah.
now I'm in the process of setting up interviews with other parents, talk about the process of getting your special needs child, young or adult, the services they need. And we're also going to be talking with some other organizations here in San Antonio, Bexar County, specifically about what's available for those who live in Texas. So I'm getting those lined up, and hopefully soon we'll be recording those. So, and that was thanks to the push. It was more like a shove from Skipper Dad and Emma, and I appreciate it. I really do. I had to get
Motivation.
that's right. I had to be motivated, and then we do what we thank your Patreon
Patreon.
supporters, and we'll have a Q&A on the last Sunday of the month when you become a Patreon supporter, right? Cool. So what's coming up next? What are our next shows?
This Saturday night. This Saturday night is our my favorite
you.
night of the living tea.
We had a little technical difficulty there. You saw
That's
Skipper
the one
Dad's
with
arm
me
in
of
the
the
little screen.
original.
He said that the volume of us and the volume of us from then was like there was like, four, Melissa's and two Emmas, and it was too much for him.
In my second area, part 1 and 2.
Wait a minute.
With Mr. Daniel, aka Nicky Dan. He retweeted.
Wait, let's see.
He retweeted.
It's the captions.
He retweeted.
I know, but are we on the right
a
video?
costume.
Yes.
Revamp
So
video.
we, I
wait,
forgot.
wait.
Go check it out, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this interview because I heard I was downstairs while they were doing it. And
Yes,
there was
I'm
a
talking
lot
about the
of
interview.
laughing
Yeah,
going
you got the
on.
right one.
So
Okay.
It sounded like a
I
very,
forgot we did the thing
it
for
sounded like a very lively
what's coming up
conversation,
there.
Yes. But
a
can you
lively
turn up
interview.
our sound so I can hear?
So, who do we
There.
have tonight? Thank you. The living sea sounds
this
fishy.
screen?
It does.
Yeah.
Does it smell fishy? Hi, Dennis. Good morning. We are doing 13 of you and your dad's vacation. Thank
Perfect.
you, Monica, for sharing.
And thank you, Michael.
Oh, Miranda Wolf.
Maybe what we should have done, Emma, was got it to the video to where we're about to go on with Kevin because we're taking up time with all this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she has. See, they pay. Okay.
And doing the video, guys.
So what do y'all do? 1, 2,
I'm
3.
Riley.
Okay, we can.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing it. Well, how do you want to get started?
So we got a Sub Mickey shirt and Emma's Disneyland
Go with
shirt with the
number one?
balloons.
Well, we have those 15 questions. We'll put it on the screen. So here is
Hey,
number
Kitty Cat
one.
sneeze.
Bless
What is your earliest
Okay, I wanna
related memory?
Well, let me see. I grew up in Southern California, and so going to Disneyland a lot when I was a kid, and I still have some of those pictures. So I think Disneyland's going to be my earliest Disney-related memory.
Bless you.
I still have a picture of me wearing my Captain EO shirt
I know.
in front of the Matterhorn. So that's a.
She's fine.
Yeah.
We have Captain EO was a lot of it came out when I was just the perfect age. Michael Jackson was the biggest star in the world.
Captain EO.
My
Yeah,
dad,
I never
bless his
saw
heart,
that.
would
I
always
don't
say
think
when he was
Daddy
with
saw it
Captain EO,
either.
I think
but
I've
he's blind
seen
in one eye,
the documentary
3D
on
doesn't
it.
work for him, so he would.
You may have
see
seen.
the
We may
3D
have
movie
watched the
because he knew I
documentary.
loved it so much.
I know. I never
And then as
sat in
everything's
and
popping
watched it.
out, he's
No,
like,
not
"What's
the
going on?"
documentary
I'm not sure
for
what the
Michael
deal is, but it's
Jackson.
awesome.
Yeah,
Captain
so
EO.
I
no,
know.
that's my
Captain EO.
earliest
Is this
memory
talking
of
about?
going to Disneyland.
Yeah,
But I think
by
the first Disney movie I
yeah,
saw in
Mr.
theaters
Mr. Kevin
was Oliver and
Michael.
Company. So it kind of tells you
yeah.
how old I am.
There you go.
Bergerer.
Yeah,
That is really cool.
Different
All
Kevin.
right, those are some great memories.
I know.
All right, you ready for number two?
I can make it.
Okay.
Number
Here's
two.
number two.
What
Yes, I
made
can
you
make it Kevin
decide
Burger.
to
Yeah,
become
you said
a
live.
cast
Oh.
member at
Okay.
You know?
I knew who you meant.
Well, like I said, I grew
Oh,
up going
Opa.
to Disneyland, and so I always had a love for it.
Don't look at the chat.
But it was around the
Hello.
time after high school and when I was in junior college.
Hi, John.
that I
Hey,
wanted
John.
to start working towards becoming an Imagineer. So in my head, it only made sense that if I wanted to work for Imagineering, I would need to start at Disneyland. Only to find out years later that isn't very common. That doesn't happen all the time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, of all the other writers, only Dave Fisher had also worked in the parks. Oh, Kevin Rafferty too, but he had since moved on into a different.
I
role.
know where that is,
So
Mike.
it's not super common that you see a lot of Imagineers coming directly from the parks. However, I decided that was the perfect route for me to go. And so after I finished junior college, I transferred to Cal State Fullerton, which is right down the street from Disneyland. They call it Cal State Disneyland.
That's right.
And so a lot of cast members go to school there.
Okay.
So that's ultimately why.
Well,
I
it's the
wanted to
caption,
become
so
a
you know you
cast
never
member,
know how it's
was
what
to
is
eventually
how
work
it
my
picks
way
it
into
up.
Imagineering.
Yeah, see, that makes sense to me, but I didn't realize that wasn't that common route, huh?
Yeah, it was surprising to me too.
Well, that's interesting. What do
What?
you think?
What you
We've
laughing
only
at?
been to Disneyland
Creepy
once, and that was
New
back in November of
What?
2019.
Creepy
But,
new you
we're ready to go back.
Uh,
Emma did the Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour and all the rest, so she just loves the history.
Wow.
So that's one of those things that is definitely on the list to get back to, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
such a beautiful park.
I can't
All
remember
right,
if it's
you
an
ready for number
interview,
3?
but at this point,
Okay,
he
here's
was
number
no
3.
longer working for
What are
Disney,
some
right?
of your favorite
Your other
memories
eye red.
of being a
Which one?
sticker on the world
This one had
famous
work done
Jungle
on
Cruise?
it.
Oh, I red.
So I
Yes.
got to do a lot of crazy cool things when I was a Jungle Cruise skipper. Like they sent me to Tokyo to represent Walt's original Jungle Cruise at a big gathering of skippers.
Oh, cool.
But like the differences had nothing to do with that. Like my very first celebrity guest I ever had, it was a week after I got signed off on Jungle Cruise, and
Sit back, baby.
I
There
was
you
at
go.
unload, and I move up to
Oh.
what they call no man's land, which is the area between unload and load, and that's where they load the VIP guests.
Okay.
And so they said, hold it up. So I stopped, and they loaded this family into my boat. I didn't recognize anybody. Granted, I'm not good with celebrities, especially like, the hipper, cooler, trendy celebrities. I can't recognize them.
It's like your daddy.
So they loaded this up.
Okay,
and
who's that?
They had me load up the rest of the boat, which is not very common. A lot of celebrities try to get their own boat. But this one, we loaded up the entire boat. And I'm doing my spiel, and I'm telling my jokes. And as we leave the dock, I look at the guy next to me. I'm like, that guy looks like Billy Crystal. And then about 10 feet later, I'm like, that guy who looks like Billy Crystal's wearing a Yankees hat. About 10 feet later, I was like, Billy Crystal just threw out the first pitch at a Yankees game. And then like right after that, I realized, oh my goodness, I have Billy Crystal next to me. As my this was a week after I got
That would be
signed
cool.
off
I
on
would love to
Jungle
sit
Cruise.
next to Billy
And I had my
Crystal
first VIP
on
and
a
it's
Jungle Cruise or any
a
ride.
legend. So I'm over there telling, and he's
Oh,
filming
you
me with
gonna
his
call me
camcorder. So
when?
somewhere I'm in Billy Crystal's home videos.
Yeah.
Brand new skipper Kevin. And so, that my very first VIP cruise,
That's cool.
super memorable, and also my very last.
If
VIP
you
cruise.
were
My
a
last day
Jungle
working
Cruise
before going to
skipper,
Imagineering, they
what
let me have what they call
celebrity
the dock
would
princess
you
job,
like
which is where you
to
hang out on the dock and you do whatever you want.
ride
You
on
hop in the
your
you help
boat?
guests out. You're still working,
Right?
but it's the
Yes.
easiest, most laid back. And so it was like my last day there,
So
and we had a group come
tell
up.
us in the
It was
chat.
Tony Baxter.
Oh,
who knew
yeah.
me from my Tokyo.
That was the magnet idea right
And he
next
was there
to
with the guys playing.
During the
DJ
Macadamia
Novak and
Pavilion
Jason Schwartzman,
at
who were
Epcot.
playing the Sherman Brothers and Saving Mr. Banks,
Wow,
and a couple
yeah.
other cast members, and he was giving his Tony Baxter tour of Disney.
I know that, like,
And Tony comes
Give
up,
me
he's
that
like, "Hey, are you
question.
taking out boats?" And I said, "For you, absolutely."
John
And
says
so
if he
my
was a
very last
skipper,
VIP
Jungle
cruise
Cruise
was
skipper,
Tony
he'd like
Baxter
it to
and some of the cast of Saving Mr.
Harrison
Banks,
Ford.
including Jason Schwartzman.
Of course,
who's in my
Crazy
favorite
Mike
movie of all
said
time,
David
called Rushmore.
Tennant, the 10th
And
Doctor.
so after the cruise, I said, "Oh, today's my last day."
Not
I'm
that I
going
think
to
he would
Linda.
ever ride
And I
it,
got like all the cast
but I
members
think
congratulating me and stuff. It
this is
was
going to be
super
like a
cool.
answer
last
for
VIP
our
Jungle
people who
Cruise.
know that I'm a Beatles
That's
fan.
amazing.
I would
I'm
love
sure
it
there
if
are a
Sir
lot of
Paul
great
McCartney
memories
was
in
riding on the
too,
Jungle
that
So
Cruise.
many,
Oh man, that
How
would be
long
awesome.
did you do it?
Well,
about
the one
5 years.
I
Okay, so yeah, for a
Who would you
while.
want?
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think
I got to
Emma
work
would
with
like
some amazing skippers over the
John
years. I'll always
and
remember them, but it's
I forgot his wife's name.
we took out the
John
this guy
Cooper
who
from
was writing
Skillet,
Tim Allen,
or
the
Seth
first Jungle
Morrison
Cruise
from
movie that was
Skillet,
ever made.
or
And he
Jen
recorded
Ledger from
everything.
Skillet.
We had Paris ambassadors come work Jungle Cruise.
Wait, are
with
they
me.
all married?
I worked.
No.
When you work Jungle
Seth
Cruise, you also
Morrison
work
has
Tiki Room.
is
And
married.
we used to have
I don't know
holiday
about
parties at night
Jen,
where they would
but
close down the
John,
park
what
for
is
the
his
cast
wife's
members,
name?
and they would have like
She
free
just had a
food, and all the
birthday.
executives would work on attractions, and an executive.
I'd
from
also
Marvel, who's
like
become
to
a friend of
have
mine over the
Mama.
years, I was
Put John's
hosting him
comment
at
up.
Tiki Room, helping
Well,
him show,
John, the next time
like,
we
this is
get
how you
out
do
to
it, kinda like
Disneyland, we're going to
chaperoning and
let you
shadowing him.
know so you can
But
meet
he got
us
Bob Iger to
at
come in
Disneyland and
watch
we
his
can
tour.
ride
So I got to
the
see
Jungle
Bob come in
Cruise
and watch
boats
the first number
together,
of the Tiki
and
Room
we
before
can
he
do
left.
all the rides
Snooze
together. Haunted
everybody else.
Mansion,
That's
all
pretty
that good fun
cool.
Yeah,
stuff.
some really fun little memories.
With
I guess
Brian
do you think
too?
from your
We'll see.
experience,
I
is it
think
very
I can only
different working
handle
in Disney
one
one other
night
person because
versus,
it's so used
another
to
park, Disney
being the
World
three
or
of us. I
wherever.
enjoyed having Brian and
there's-
and
Miss
Brenda
One
Brenda.
thing I
Brenda
discovered
with
when I was
us.
working Jungle Cruise,
But
in
yeah, if
Tokyo,
Brian wanted to join us,
at
that's
least from the
fine.
Jungle Cruise aspect, I
That'd
can
be
speak to that,
perfect.
is that the Jungle
What about
Cruise
Eva?
skipper mentality and attitude,
I
and,
think Eva's
friendship, and
working a
family,
lot.
sense of family, knows no
Oh,
bounds.
God
There's
might
no
know.
borders on that. There was a time where when we were in Tokyo, we were talking with some other.
Can you believe
we
that
had
Disney
skippers from Hong
sent
Kong, skippers from Florida with
Kevin,
us.
this
We're
Kevin, to
talking with a bunch of
Tokyo
Tokyo skippers.
to for a
And
meeting?
one of the
That's awfully
skippers
cool.
asked, do you guys pull a lot of pranks? Are you guys famous for jokes and pranks on the dock? And my response was, well, back in the day, Jungle Cruise skippers were known for that. They used to do some crazy things, but we can't get away with that stuff anymore because safety standards have changed and just everything around that. But I said, but we're always getting pressure from the older generations of skippers that we should act up and pull pranks and be crazy. And so after I said that, it gets translated into Japanese. And then every single one of their heads turns and it looks at one of their managers. And come to find out, that manager was one of the opening day skippers in Tokyo.
Oh, wow.
Who, back in the day, used to take a surfboard to the top of Schweitzer Falls.
Oh, no.
So it was the same exact thing. So, there's this weird Jungle Cruise alternate reality that happens.
That's cool.
On all these
safety standards and
has, the same
people.
It was
Other
really
things,
cool.
People getting either could get physically hurt or get their feelings hurt. Let's get Melissa, but that's coming up.
Skippers are skippers, no matter where you are.
There you go. Isn't that awesome? All right. Are you ready for number 4?
Yep.
Okay, here you go, Boo.
Have you always been interested in storytelling?
Storytelling.
So I started telling, I was a horrible student in school. I'll be the first to admit it. And one part in school I was always horrible at, and I'm still horrible at to this day, is math. Because with math,
oh, me too. I don't like math.
There's a way of doing the problem and finding the answer. However, when it comes to English and history and pretty much any other topic, I was able to write my way to the right answer, even if I didn't know.
Or have I can stop the boat and tell them all my suggestions. There you go, John.
Yeah.
There you go, John.
Yeah.
Or even Josh tomorrow.
Yeah, so I was able to kind of finagle that and work the school system that way. Even though I didn't know the exact answer, I could still kind of.
He used to be over Disney
so that's when
parks.
I started doing more and more.
Oh,
I think
God.
he still is.
I realized that I had a knack for that because certainly I did not have a knack for geometry.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was also in high school. When I got involved with theater. So I was doing school plays.
Got her face by the light.
And then once I
y'all
graduated,
can't see.
started doing
Where
community
did we
theater.
go?
Well, if
Our
she's
little
still
town actually
there
has a
after the
pretty vibrant
interview,
theater scene.
I'll take a picture and
we had like one of the first theaters in the country that operated solely off of donations.
Okay.
It was a little black box theater, and they gave me and 2 other kids straight out of high school like a late night slot. And we
oh
went in
yeah, the
and we
pocket
did the
fisherman
complete
from
works of
Remco.
William
That's
Shakespeare Abridged,
from the
which is a really fun
70s and
comedy
80s. Used to
with
have
William
these
Shakespeare.
commercials of all
And
these
then we went
different
there and
products.
we nailed it.
Before the
Like,
infomercial
that
started, they had
fantastic.
little small
So again,
ones
kind of
in
get
between
that
about
storytelling
different
admin bug. And from there,
different
I
items,
directed
yeah.
kids youth
I
theater.
think I've seen that.
Oh, okay.
And I
Mary, put
did my
Mary's.
best
Mary,
to-
you would love
I
to
wanted
go
to
on
get the
either
kids
Jungle
excited
Cruise.
Oh,
theater.
I
If
found
you're
that out
not familiar
earlier.
with
Oh, you did. I
children's
wasn't
theater,
paying attention.
at least when I was
But
doing it,
answer her.
both of the scripts are horribly written.
Yeah.
They're not good. And so I would encourage my
Well,
kids. I'm like, let's
listen
have
to
some
this.
fun with it. I wanted them to get excited and take ownership. And those kids, they're now grown up. When I directed The Hobbit, I had a bunch of dwarves and stuff, and 2 of those dwarves are now married with their own kids,
Oh.
doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And so my friendships have lasted from, my theater background and my storytelling background. And so it's something that's always kind of just been part of my life.
Cool.
That's really cool. We have a theater that we went to. I guess you judge everything nowadays before.
It's
COVID.
not very deep. I
And
think
before
it comes
that,
up
we
to
went,
how deep.
to a Christmas. It was a. Can't think of
Okay,
the name
I'm
of it,
gonna
but it
get
was
off the
kind of
live chat for a
Yeah.
second, and I'm gonna look these things
the
up.
Magic Theater.
What?
We live in San
How
Antonio.
deep is the
And it
Theater?
was
water?
It was kind of a version of.
It can't be that deep because they
Yeah,
have.
because you can see
little different.
the track
But
that
we were
you're on,
so
right?
impressed with what they did and how they did it and the way it was all
Oh,
done,
God,
how they
put
played the
Armstrong.
parts.
Oh,
And at the
amazing.
end of it, they went out front and and met everybody
Amazing.
that was there in the audience and took photos, and it was a really great experience. And we had never been to anything like that before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's neat. It's right downtown.
That's
Probably
awesome.
3.5
2 or 3
feet
blocks from the
deep.
Alamo.
I knew it's
So
not
that's
that
pretty
deep
neat.
because
But
they
I
have
didn't
put
know
the
that.
it's
track
a great
in.
opportunity to do something
So
like that.
to me, it'd be about waist deep.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, a
You
little
have any
deeper than
follow-ups?
that.
Let me go to the next
What
one.
about waist deep?
I remember watching a
Yeah, it'd be about waist deep on both of
video
us.
back from
So 3.5 feet.
2009.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if in Disneyland or Disney World, I think you were in it.
Really?
Yeah.
About what? What was the video about?
Jungle Cruise, remember?
Oh, about Jungle Cruise. Yeah.
That famous video.
Okay.
Now, how you cooking sneak out to the park,
Yeah,
Mike?
I did a lot of
He's being
videos
silly.
Oh, okay.
for Jungle Cruise for both internal and external.
Well, he's
stuff.
doing like
Actually,
a
when my
prank,
brother
like
got
they
his
used to
job
do
at
when they
Disneyland,
were these.
he sent me a
And
message
he
from his
was a
orientation. He's
Jungle
like, I
Cruise
just saw you
skipper.
on my orientation.
Oh,
video."
like a passing Imagineer?
No,
Yeah.
that's not a standard to live up to, huh?
Yeah.
Like, be like this guy. It's in the video. That's cool. All righty. Are you ready? Okay, here's number 5.
Oh, that.
You will get
Now you don't see
for
ducks in the
my
Jungle
favorite
Cruise water.
mountain.
You may
How
see them on Main Street and the hub, because
Yeah.
that's where the 2
And
restaurants
this
are. Well, 3
is
restaurants are right there.
That's right.
The Crystal
So,
Palace,
Hyperspace Mountain was a really fun
Casey's,
project. It
and
was
what's across the
originally
street?
pitched,
I
by
Oh, he
Imagineers,
helped out
Josh
with
Shipley,
hyperspace.
Brian Crosby, and Jim
liked
Clark.
Hyperspace
So
Mountain.
Yeah,
they
can
were
we-
the
That
ones
was
who
awesome.
initially
That way
idea
we met it
and the
when we
name
went
Hyperspace
back
Mountain.
in.
And the name
Black
alone
Bear.
sells it. It's like the perfect name. For
Yeah,
it.
it wasn't Hyperspace. They took that down. It was just regular Space Mountain.
Other people in Imagineering.
Like, I can
So
turn
it
the
came
music
to our little small team.
world version.
We were working on seasons
Okay.
of the 4 stuff. And
Space Mountain.
But I
were,
liked
trying to figure out,
Hyperspace
what is
Mountain
that
when we
sound
went in
like Hyperspace
19
Mountain?
because
Yeah.
of the
It's easy.
Star
You can just
Wars.
go
It
in there
was
Yeah.
and
cool.
put in John Williams music because
That's
John
right.
Williams is amazing, and you're going to have an amazing
Yeah.
product at the end.
Yeah, John
what
Wood,
are
because you
those
heard the
other
Star Wars
things we
theme.
put in?
Mhm.
But in the case of Hyperspace Mountain, they actually took us up to Lucas up in
Oh.
San Francisco, and we got a whole tour of everything, and we got to see all the cool technology. I got to see old Ghostbuster puppets and stuff like that. It
Oh,
was
wow.
an
Like,
amazing
Ghostbuster
experience.
puppet?
But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, we're sitting there and we're
Isn't
having a
that on my
conversation
new
about where
Oracle
these
now?
stories can
Don't
lead.
know.
And
Look at that.
they're very secretive about what everything coming up. And I don't remember where it fell as far as like when episode 7 was released. But we knew that we were
Okay.
gonna have the Battle of Batuu.
Mike and Kawakawa
bullets
Green
going
Dye.
Hyperspace Mountain during
Help
that,
out.
and then
Oh,
why are guests there?
No,
I saw
what
just
that
That's always
Mike
a weird
comment?
we always try to justify why are guests in this situation. So are they taking a tour of the lab, or are they, it's funny because we always kind of go back to the same, like, oh, you're on a tour, or because that's like the easiest low hanging fruit. But like, let's make them pilots. And then, the other weird difference for Hyperspace Mountain, tying it to Star Wars, is the shape of the vehicles, because I'm not getting into an X-Wing, I'm getting into a roller coaster train. I don't have the cockpit coming down or anything like that. So we kind of had to just pretend that was there. And also we weren't going in and we weren't, changing out the spaceship above the station or anything like that. So we were trying to find those opportunities where we can progress our story with media, which is always going to be the easiest way to change it out. So having Admiral Akbar come in with the safety spiel talking about the Battle of Batuu, and you're going to be the reconnaissance vessels, because that was the other thing too, is our roller coaster train, like they don't have blasters on them, like we can't fake that,
Right.
so there's no missiles or anything coming from our ships. But if we're being escorted by X-Wings, there you go, that's where we can have our blasters come in.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
remember when we were riding
did
it
talk
and
with
you
your
had
partners,
it coming,
in the
the
case
screen
where we
over
worked
our
with
heads, you
Daniel
can
Joseph, our
see
special
it coming
effects
flying over your
master,
head.
who's
That
like
was
the
pretty
modern day
cool.
Gail Gracie. And we're like, hey, we want to have blasters. What can we do? Because back in the old days, I think you would just like turn on a laser and turn it off. But when you watch Star Wars, the blaster bolts travel like a bullet.
Right.
And so he was able to figure out how to accomplish that using, latest LED technology and things like that. So it's always a collaborative experience. You can go in there and you want to say, I want to do this, this, and this. You have the biggest dreams possible. And the nice part about
Did you just
working
get a
with,
little louder?
the best in the industry is that those crazy ideas can actually happen because
Cool.
the people there have that technical know-how.
That
as well,
is
they say.
cool.
Yeah. That's pretty
No.
cool. What you're saying early on about the, how
No,
do
it
you get
didn't.
the guest in there, or how do they fit? Why are they there?
Yeah.
It made me think, and I'm sure you know a million
Mike
stories, but
did
it made me think of the original issue about Snow White, and you were supposed to be Snow White in 19, and nobody got that.
Pretty abstract.
Oh,
You're looking for Snow White the whole way through.
You can't see.
Yeah,
You're
the
looking at the
original. So
chat.
it's like that issue.
I'm
I guess,
looking
has
at the
always been an issue.
interview.
It might be your pan.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
details. Always details,
That's a
John.
different way of thinking about it.
Yeah, you put a lot of context to it. Thanks for that. That's cool. All right, are you ready for next one? Okay, here you go.
What number are we on?
There it is. Okay.
Number
So this is
6.
Jungle Cruise.
You also help to refresh Jungle Cruise.
No.
What was that like since you were an Imagineer and a former sticker?
So that project, it was an honor to work on because at the end of the day, we were doing a refresh, but we were also refreshing a Walt Disney original attraction. This is something that Walt loved, right? And so
it's going by what it
working on that
hears and what it
project,
thinks
we knew
people
we
are
wanted
saying.
to. We needed to go
It's
in
not
there and
perfect.
fix some things.
I
We
know
wanted to
that's what
plus it.
Phoebe stands
We wanted
for.
to leave the show better than it was. Don't just go in there and take things out. But actually go in there and improve it because that's the spirit of what we do. And when you look at the history of the Jungle Cruise, it has evolved
She's
so
still
much
there.
since
Oh, thank you,
1955.
Lord.
We had to keep reminding
Man,
ourselves
I won't
it's
work
okay
with her.
for us to go in there and make changes because Walt
Let's see what
Walt
put up
changed the Jungle
Mary's
Cruise,
comment.
from the serious National Geographic version to bringing in Mark Davis for his gags. So Walt completely changed the tone of the attraction in the first couple years of its existence.
You'll enjoy it,
Yeah.
Mary. If you like Disney and you've watched all the things that Emma said about the Haunted Mansion, you'll enjoy it. Yeah. Have one of your siblings go with you. I don't blame you for not going to. I don't like
the fairy
going
godmother
to the
of
movies.
Disneyland.
I don't like going alone to anywhere. I'm so used to doing stuff with Kevin and Emma, or just Kevin. Being by myself is just kind of.
Uncle, it might be a little too scary for you.
Because she also worked hand in hand with people like Mark
I know
Davis.
about.
With that in mind, we wanted to keep the spirit of Mark Davis.
Lily,
and Harper
our
Goff
friend
and
Lily
all
didn't
that.
like it
I know.
because
we
it
wanted to keep
scared her.
That's why
It might
true to
not
what the
scare
attraction
Mary.
is. We, there was talks at one point where they're like, well, maybe we'll, like it's the quest for the missing blank, or we'll give a call to
Crossing a
action.
ride.
Like,
Yeah, something like that.
You can't do that with Jungle Cruise because I call it Captain Rex syndrome.
What?
Where on the original Star Tours.
Yeah, adding.
Adding.
Captain Rex would
Okay,
raise the
adding.
cockpit shield, and he would always say, "It's my first flight," which is funny because you have a robot doing it, but that doesn't work when you have a live person and you saw that person just pull up to load after giving another cruise. So like you can't have that quest for the missing such and such.
Our stop is coming
You
off.
just need to
I know
keep
what
the
you're on
original
camera.
tone of I'm going
No.
there, and the story of the
You're away.
cruise you're taking is the story that the guest story. It's like
You're
them going
you're
on
out
this
of camera.
crazy,
Okay.
larger than life safari cruise. And so we wanted to make sure we were touching on
I'm the new one.
and so it was
how was your
a
Wednesday?
complete honor
How
to
was
be
your
able to work on
Wednesday?
that. I had been pitching different ideas for years. I had a big board outside my office door with all these different things about what I would add and touch and everything.
I think I
to the Jungle
went
Cruise.
Sunday, I
Seeing
believe.
things
You
actually
think
get
it
in
went
there.
today? I
Our
don't know.
team was so adamant about getting it right and in really like delivering on things that we never thought possible just because we had that can-do attitude. I think the most successful projects that you see are the ones that kind of have that scrappy attitude, like the Muppets, like we're here to put on a show. So if we need to go pull this from there, like in the middle of a field and bring it in, we're going to do that because that's going to deliver the best show. There was just so much passion on that project that everyone just, I think, did a phenomenal job.
Now, was that a project that you have to, I don't know how it works in what you guys were doing. Did you have to ask to be part of the team? Did they come to you because they knew your background? How did that?
I had been pitching it for years.
We're doing good, April.
Different like blue sky efforts that never went anywhere. Some of the
We're doing good, April. We I had an eye doctor's appointment again today, and they had to do another.
That's my mom.
They can't see that.
So I
had to get another shot in my right eye again, and then
on your birthday.
No,
and everyone on the project knew
I know. I'm saying on your birthday.
Next month on my birthday, I have to go back and have
and the training and everything.
Laser surgery. Daddy just put something.
The voice of the skipper.
No, it's Mike.
Imagineering. So they.
That was during. Oh, that was during the. Oh my God.
move
See,
mountains.
this is so
and bring me back
confusing,
early.
y'all. I thought your daddy was put something up there.
No,
It was that from that night.
Do you have any questions about it? Because
Look
you've
on
now written it.
Facebook.
You've written it a couple times.
Now, Mike can put something.
No, I didn't. Now I do know that they brought back. I think
You
Mark
put-
Davidson frog. I believe.
Oh, the frogs.
I think that's only a Disneyland, right? Not
Yeah,
the-
that's only at Disneyland. So
Okay.
yeah, those frogs didn't last very long originally.
Frogs,
Now,
the
they're not
frogs.
they're not
That's
the
right.
same
We forgot about the
sculpts, I don't
frogs.
think.
Yeah.
That was actually an example of us finding frogs somewhere else, and then
Who
the
came
team
up
went
with
out there
the
and brought them in. and
Laser
installed
surgery. Are
them.
you going to be okay?
But
Oh
it was one
yeah.
of those things that
It's
had been on my wish list for
painless.
years. After learning about
But
them,
they
like,
got to
we
stop
bring back
the because
the
of the
frogs. And the other
diabetic
one that was on my
retinopathy.
wish list
They
for
got to
years were the
stop the
man-eating
bleeds in my
plants.
right eye.
Now, Mark Davis had developed man-eating plants.
My
for the
left
Florida
eye is
jumping
stable. We
cruise.
just got to
Like,
stop
and
the
they got as
bleeds
far
in
as being
my
put onto
right
the
eye,
model.
and then
You look at,
once
like, those
that's done,
pictures
then
of
I
the
can have
original
my
model for Florida.
cataracts removed.
There's little
I
teeny tiny
remember I
man-eating
had
plants there.
laser
And so that was
eye
something I
for me
really,
when
really
I
pushed
was a
for.
baby.
And we
You
got
don't
those
remember?
in
You remember
with
us
our
telling
Baucus
you, but
character.
yes, you had
So
laser
when
eye
you're walking
surgery
through
when
the
you
queue,
were a baby.
And
they've
no
been
garbage
redesigned
still
and
there.
everything to really fit the look.
Yeah,
Less
but
cartoony. The
everything
original was like
leaves
a
scarring.
Brothers alien.
Any type of surgery is going to leave
So,
scarring,
but they
whether
did
it's
bring in the man-eating
out
plants and other
here
lost Mark Davis
or
gags.
you
Actually,
have
the Latin
internal
name
scarring.
that we put onto the cage for the man-eating plants actually translates to late or last
Oh, like the
laugh or
eye
late
hole?
gag or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it was a forgotten joke that never got installed.
That's
Oh, he's so
now you.
cute.
I was
Is
gonna
she
mention
staring at
earlier,
the light?
Emma and
We
I
don't
spent a
look
day
at
in
the
Magic
light,
Kingdom,
you
just the
can't
two of us, when we were
What are you
there
doing?
recently, and we
was
ate
sleeping.
lunch at Skipper Canteen.
Go back to sleep, Mandy. You're
So,
good.
working,
Okay,
did you
what
work
they're
on
talking
that
about?
as well, or how did the stories fit? I guess.
Yeah, I was the writer. I was actually the third writer brought in for.
That's
Skipper
right, John.
Canteen.
Eagle eyes.
I was the first choice.
Oh, you
But
talking
at the
about
time, I was
Skipper
only a
Canteen.
contractor. I was a consultant. And so the way HR and everything works
Okay,
out.
so he
is they
did
had
Jungle
writers
Cruise.
who needed
He
work
worked
because
on-
they had to fill out the time card.
Yeah.
So they assigned it to somebody
So,
else, and then he later.
what's the name of the cantina? There's Dole Whip there.
I
Dole Whip dad was with us back.
I said,
Then they
Skipper
brought in somebody
Canteen.
else. They asked for
You
me.
worked
They brought
on
somebody else. And
Skipper
I don't know why
Canteen.
Skipper
the second person
Canteen.
didn't last. I think he
Me
might
and
have got
Daddy
pulled
went
from
there,
the project.
remember?
Yeah, I know.
But then finally they were able to bring me
Met
in
Mr.
from the
Ray, who
outside
had an
to oversee
autism
that story.
son, remember?
So yeah, I've been again. So when it came
Oh,
time for
when
the
y'all
refresh
went
training, because I had so much,
Restaurant.
put into
the
story
restaurant,
already,
Where they had that.
and also having help
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
and
know.
everything.
I know.
That was, I like to think a good
Oh,
choice.
and
Yeah. Oh no, that was
Yeah, but I
awesome.
know what you're talking about.
I mean,
I
the
know.
server we had, his
I'm
name was
looking and
Robert,
talking.
and he kind of told
Robert.
us a bunch of the stuff of what was hidden here and what some of the references were.
Going the
We got
butterfly
a bunch of
room.
pictures, and that was what inspired Emma to want to do a trivia recently about it. And thank you again for adding all the.
And that's right. The butterflies
pleasure.
aren't real butterflies.
the-
They didn't come
The cast
from.
there is phenomenal. I love
Lillian.
the
They're not
cast
Lillians.
at both the dock and inside the canteen. They really love
And Roger actually
where
know
they
that.
are. They love their story. They love being part of it.
It was as soon as, because we were sitting there and we said, Emma loves the history. She loves all the details. And as soon as we said that, it's like his face lit up. He's like, "Oh, I got some stuff for you." And he was so proud, I think. to
I know
show
what
everybody
made
all
me
this
think that
stuff,
you might
It
like.
was, it was
I read
really
it already.
very memorable. It's one of our best experiences, I think, during the trip, wasn't it? Oh yeah.
We did this interview back in
Yeah, we-
2021. I think 2022.
Oh,
My
I
feeling-
still have.
Well, this might be a.
Yep.
I have
You're
a Skipper
old, man.
Canteen
The-
mug right
the-
there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's cool. But I think that's one of our favorites, if not our favorite in Magic Kingdom now, because we had such a great experience. So,
Yeah,
all right. Are
some
you
great
ready for the next
facts
one?
and
We're getting
info.
on to
Did you
something
watch
that
it? That's
you're really
right.
Excited about too. I guess.
Oh,
Oh, and another one that we pulled up that has always sent us. Oh, here we go. He did Muppet Haunted Mansion.
It would be beautiful. I'm a huge fan of Batman
What?
and the
And
Muppets.
make you
What
broke.
was it like working on the Muppet
And
Haunted
Muppets, and it said Muslim.
So I won't forget the first.
How
The
do
first
you get
meeting we
Muslims
Muppet
from
was,
Muppets?
I would help out with our team that kind of looks over our stories. So like the Haunted Mansion.
I think that's what's more funny is watching how it
I
translates.
am happy that it got highlighted correctly.
Yeah, they said, well, Haunted
And my
Mansion
partner,
is easier to
she's
understand.
like
But
my work
I
sister.
heard
Her
you
name is
understood
Julie.
Muppets.
And her Jungle Cruise is Haunted Mansion. Like she has a room in her house that is just solid Haunted Mansion. She got engaged on a Haunted Mansion. Like that is her thing. And you know, my love of Jungle Cruise, I think, is only rivaled by my love of the Muppets. Like it's just something.
Now I got Muppet correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
but it's the way he said it.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you know, getting my girls excited about them and everything too. So when they had this pop up on our calendar, we got really excited and we walked over across the street to where the Muppet area was, and we're sitting there in a meeting with the creative team, which included Bill Beretta. And my wife's favorite Muppet is Bobo, which is like the big bear. Like, I think she would leave me for Bobo. She loves him. And Bill is the puppeteer behind Bobo. And so he also does Pepe and a bunch of other characters. And Kirk Thatcher was there. And like, I'm geeking out just as a Muppet fan, like trying to contain myself. It was like one of those meetings.
I know.
I had so many of those meetings when I was at Imagineering.
I don't know, but it must be, huh?
Why am I in this group?
When you play up
it was like being in a meeting with like Joe Rohde.
Yeah. Okay. And
like, why am I in this room with Joe Rohde? Now, why is Joe Rohde asking for my opinion? He's Joe Rohde. He doesn't need Kevin's opinion. But you know, having a seat at that table was crazy exciting. And so they started talking about the possibilities and stuff. And then that was, and right after that, COVID hit. And so we were doing a lot of
COVID and it did COVID.
Things like that, a lot of all the read-throughs, all the
That's so funny. Man, y'all laughing at the translation on the thing.
Like,
that's pretty funny.
It's Eric Jacobson who does like all the Frank Oz characters, and it's Matt Vogel who does Kermit, and it's like Dave Goulds who does Gonzo, who's like my absolute favorite. Like they're sitting there and they're reading, like I'm watching the read through of the script with my camera off.
You does a good job of
it was amazing to be part of that.
Jim Henson.
My claim to fame, is they're trying to figure out like Imagineering cameos for it, and I'm like, well, you have to get Kim in there because she is Madame Leota for the holidays, and her mom is Leota.
Oh,
and so I'm like, well, what
okay.
if? And I was whatever. I'm doing it right now. When I would pitch something stupid, if it makes me laugh, like I would go ahead and pitch it anyways. I'm like, well, what if, you have like Piggy in there, she's Leota, and then, she calls in like Kim, and Kim comes in like a mansion outfit with like a thing of Windex and like cleans the crystal ball.
And that's what she does.
It just, they went with it, and seeing that up on the screen was pretty cool. And I'm so glad we were able to get Kim in there for that cameo. But yeah.
I wonder if Disney still has Muppets Haunted Mansion on, or are they going to wait until, I don't know, in a couple of weeks, put it up there again?
Oh, a couple of weeks before Halloween. You can get there. You can start decorating Halloween around August. Well, they start the Halloween.
They already started decorating. The pumpkins are already up. When you walk in, into
the guest stars,
I can't remember which park they showed, but when you walk in to eat the park, they already got the pumpkins.
Yeah.
They're jack-o'-lanterns.
It was such a snapshot of the time, and I think this came out of left field for us because I guess we weren't paying attention to realize that it was going to be coming until probably a few weeks, I guess, before it actually hit Disney Plus. So it was like we didn't really have a whole lot of time to be excited, but we were,
It was super cool too because a few years ago, my wife got me tickets to see the Muppets at the Hollywood Bowl. She got me 3 tickets, so one for me and one for 2 of my Imagineering friends. And then she gave me the tickets, and then she did this art piece for me.
Oh wow!
Line it up, and so that was the gift.
Yeah,
so I got to go see the Muppets at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah,
with some friends.
That's amazing.
They did an excellent job.
Yeah, she did an excellent
job. You said they did an excellent job, and it said Alpha.
All right, are you ready now?
Alpha something.
The Alpha job or
okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
Number 8.
Girl.
Okay.
Foggy Bear to be the hot box. Are you a fan of Ugly Hot Box Ghost too?
So I believe the decision to have Fozzie as Hatbox Ghost was Kirk Thatcher. he was the director of the piece and also one of the writers.
Oh
the
my
Muppet
God,
team,
these
they really kind of
Emma,
hammered out the
Emma.
casting of where they wanted everybody.
About
And when it
this
comes to
guy.
the
So many
Muppets,
crickets,
because you have
girl. You're
performers
gonna
who share
bust
multiple
their
characters,
speakers.
you really have to balance like who could be in scenes together.
Now Emma's
And
hooked
so
on looking at the
I can't speak
translation,
as to why they chose
the closed
Fozzie
captioning.
as Hatbox Ghost, but it worked. And then
Yeah,
I pitched
moon-based
a couple
alpha
jokes
job.
for 'em,
I
but
know,
they
right?
They went with some other ones.
Monka.
It was too bad for Fozzie. And then you see, so that was Hatbox Ghost. I was actually part of the very early stages of bringing him back. It was it was again one of those like
Bring him
Muppet
back
type
to-
efforts where it was a handful of Imagineers who wanted to make this happen. And so they were working off the clock.
Cool.
Scrappy,
I knew he had
like,
something to
trying
do with the
figure it
Hatbox
out.
Ghost.
Danny Joseph, our special effects guy,
Get it?
finally figured out how to
I
make
don't
his head disappear and reappear using modern technology. And so they came to me. They're like, "Hey, we want to pitch this to Tom Fitzgerald. Can you write a story, like a background story for him?"
That's right. He wrote the background. Well, that background story.
Not the
Tom
one
read
for
it.
the movie.
He
No.
said I was
Spoiler,
too
Mary,
dark and
if you
demented
haven't
or something
seen
like
it.
that. Like my story for Hatbox Ghost was so dark, like they never would have went with it. And so it's not canon, so I won't tell it. But yeah,
What
it
if
was
that's
a
one
dark,
they knew?
twisted,
It could
really
be.
sad story.
We can ask him later.
But Hatbox Ghost is one of those legendary characters, and I'm glad to see he's grown in popularity.
Oh,
One of the coolest things I got to do for Hatbox Ghost was there was one of the Disney it might have been
Mr.
Cast
Gracie
Member
was
Magazine or
proud.
a blog post or something.
Yale
They got the
Gracie,
ghost
yeah.
right for the Hatbox Ghost.
Or
So
Raleigh
when they were
Crump.
interviewing him, they were actually
Raleigh
interviewing
Crump.
the
Oh
United
yeah,
States
I got you.
gotta
Yale Gracie and Rolly Crump.
Yeah, you got to look that up.
Well,
I
the
think
guy
I might have a link to that on my
now,
website.
by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, then you got
Well, they did
Well,
other things
I
too, but
It
it
was a
was
blog post.
Yale Gracie and Rolly
she's a
Crump
huge
that
fan. Anything
Walt
Haunted Mansion, and when we
tasked
went, because
with
we went in November,
doing
it's
this.
still,
Rolly wanted to
the
make it
Christmas overlay.
more creepish,
But
more
she
creepy.
was thrilled to see that
And
they were there.
Yale
She
wanted to
said,
make it
Yeah, they
more
go with
funny.
Haunted.
Well, Matt wanted to run it.
She thinks it's
Yeah.
really cute.
Mhm.
But she just loves it. I think you like it a lot because of the history, right? Because it was there and it wasn't there and then it was back.
Yeah, I
We
agree
went
with you,
in
April.
2019, I think was the
I
50th.
remember
Yeah.
when,
was-
and
I was
well,
born
this
the
is
same
like
year
10,
it
11
opened.
years
Oh,
ago.
Daddy
It was
put
my
Matt
50th
David
birthday that
too.
year.
Mark Davis too.
So we had
Okay.
a really
yeah,
good
yeah, he
time.
helped
And
that
her,
too.
her
Yeah,
main
Mark,
purse that
Rolly,
she carries around is a
and,
50th Haunted Mansion purse.
Yale Gracie.
Nice.
So she's
Okay.
always representing her Disney stuff.
I can go real quick.
No, it's okay. I'm pretty sure he would have seen it.
I bet you
Well,
my friend
well,
Jolene probably
2009. So it's longer than that. In
There you
go.
2009,
He has everything else.
we went to Disney
I have
World.
a
We were still living in South
Yeah.
Carolina.
Nice.
Well, you're not that.
No, we were living in Tennessee.
All right.
And
you ready for our number
It was
9?
September, and the party had only just started in
Girl, I'm
September.
done. Number 9.
Well, if you
About
have a question,
Harper.
And really know you have retired from the company.
Exitentio too. Yeah, I know, I
Is
know.
there any way
But
you
I
can
remember
keep
it. I'm talking about the
idea?
film.
I know the hot book.
You know, where you see Walt talking with the ambassador. Emma, baby.
That's where he was started.
right.
So you think you can talk to your old
It's
imaginary
been
friends
hard,
before
girl.
you work
Emma,
there to see if they
settle
can
down,
make like
sweetheart.
a
No,
You are so hype.
Put him in the hot
I
mess.
I guarantee you,
Okay, but
they
see, we
want
all
to.
like that.
I
Here.
can come to
Yeah,
Patrick.
it always comes down to
Here, if you do
what
all
we
that.
can do,
Okay.
what they can do.
I like
you
that you're
know,
excited,
requests and budgets
you're
and all that
happy.
stuff, but
Yeah.
I know the team behind
Oh,
them.
Daddy put it.
I know.
Okay,
I missed
Leo.
you. I
she
said
went
that.
so far, I guess.
But
a
you were so
year-
busy.
Well, I guess after we got back,
Oh,
from
He's so
Disneyland,
sick.
where
He's so
she
sick.
had, I worked with
I
her.
was
She started
looking
a
at
petition,
that.
I know.
online
It is.
petition
I
to have
think
him
it's
at
still
it.
out there.
And it probably still is. And we were talking
Right
about
over.
it. It's like, I said, maybe they'll surprise everybody for the 50th. You never know.
But it
So I
didn't.
said, there's
Not
still
for the
time left in
50th, but for the
50th. I don't know
100th.
What might happen.
Well, you
But-
know, the
Yeah.
hard work is
That
done,
would
right?
keep-
You know,
that
Daniel
would
has
keep-
figured out how to
with
do
the
it.
ground
Right?
back.
So now it's,
Now, one thing that I can't think of who it was we talked to, but I think it was Jeff Bayham
Yeah.
with Doom Buggies.
Dune.
Where we were saying it's like, it'd be cool if he was in Florida too. And he said something, if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something like, it's nice to have the differences in the two,
Yep.
and to keep them different. and that kind of thing. I said, it's a really good
You
argument.
got
I
it
mean,
right.
it makes you want to see the original because there's all that there.
Yeah.
So is there always a drive to keep those things unique? Because it seems like some of what they've done now has been more just duplication, I guess, for cost reasons and things. But
You could take it
yeah,
along.
it's
Well, like the
they,
two
they're each
Galaxy
gonna have
Edges.
their own
I
unique
know,
charm.
They're basically
Um,
identical.
We
And
might be
it kind of
doing
also
it for
looks like the
Hattie
broader
for
picture,
the
and also real
for
estate
Disney.
too. They have those. They have the
Why
MCS
not?
showroom over in Florida, which is
But
Right.
now we know
the
because there was no
library, and
talk
they
of
have
bringing the
real estate
hat box because we were talking
in
about you
California. And I
starting an
also
online
love
petition.
the traveling,
And now,
thrilling voice.
This
of it
year's
in
when we
Florida.
learned that they were
Oh, yeah.
putting the hat
Yeah,
box
that's fantastic.
was coming to
And it
Florida.
seems like the lowest hanging
Really?
fruit.
And then this
area.
week or
That. But again, it
this
comes down to
weekend,
requests
it was
and how
announced
things
where they
work
were
out
going to
and
be,
where
where he'll be.
Not
And
this week
at
and
one
last
time,
week,
if something's
another
not
week.
broke,
okay,
don't fix
something
it,
like that.
right?
Mhm.
And so, and if I can, if they keep focusing on the haunted mansion,
You got
which is
that
gonna be
right.
this giant
My
giant beast of an
tends
attraction,
to
and then the rest of the
follow.
park is gonna look, so
I
dry
think
like
Space
theirs.
Mountain
You really
Dave
need to balance
Cantrell is on at the same
creativity
time as
and
us,
your focus.
or
I
sometimes
think
Pete
you
McDevitt's on at the same
I
time
think
as
you're
us.
go
thinking
get
So
of
he's
Space.
really
Warren
big in
Buffett
in
with
their
over a crack
in
person
their watching
because
theirs, but
the
he's
haunted
still
mansion they could do
he's
one
still a
way
subscriber
because
to
they
us,
were
and we
camped.
talk to him from time
I
to time in
agree.
Messenger.
I say more Muppets to anything.
Well,
Yes.
Space.
She said the next
Well,
special
today
needs to
you
be a
can come
Tower
on
of
out
Terror
for me,
special
I
And it could
believe.
be for Halloween as well.
for Halloween as well.
Oh,
Emma's got some ideas, that's for sure.
yeah, you
All right.
Ready?
Emma's full
All
of
right, let's go
ideas.
to number 9. It's a little bit change the subject, but still based on the stuff that you've worked on.
They can also be one for the double crew.
That's right. They could.
Wait, double
All right, go
crew?
ahead.
Just
What?
listen.
You were asked by Disney to write 2 children's
Oh,
books
Emma, come on, babe.
based on
Sorry.
It's a Small World and the Jungle Cruise. How did you adapt
And
to
double
those
crew, that
stories
crew.
for young children?
So those books were actually based off of another couple books we did for the Disney Parks Present
I
series.
think I know
Those are
what
the
those
bigger
are.
ones about this big.
Little golden
And
book.
it's like for the Pirates of the
Okay.
Caribbean one and the Haunted Mansion, it's the lyrics to the songs, and they went through and they got amazing illustrators to illustrate all of them. I have them on my bookshelf in the other room. But yeah, that's a whole series called Disney Parks Presents, and then the Small World one is actually from a similar book from years before that I think kind of inspired the Disney Parks Presents series. And so the publisher
Well, I thought it was gonna be little golden book.
No, not the little golden books.
But it sounds to me like there is a double crew and it's a small world.
Poltergeist about a ghost chicken now.
So I've already
There
got
might
one
be
in.
those that they sold.
So he reached out to me and
in
we
the
were
gift
talking about
shops.
board books.
You know how we always go
Oh.
look at the books in the Emporium and
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And we figured
They had
we
all the
have
different
all this
books.
amazing artwork from our Disney Parks Presents. How can we repurpose that for the smaller books? And actually, I was on vacation
Oh,
with my family at
okay.
Walt Disney World, and I was in line for Kilimanjaro Safaris when I got the phone call with the green light. So it was a long line. So what I did is I reached my backpack
Yeah.
and I pulled out my notepad and I
Yeah.
started writing those.
I'm just going out to
I started
go
writing
rock
Jungle Cruise
music.
animals when I
Right.
was in line for Kilimanjaro Safaris, and we were able to.
Well,
publish
that's
those
cool.
And what
get
I
those
thought
out.
is,
When inspiration
So that was
hits you,
the
you know,
evolution of those.
when
And then since
inspiration hits
leaving
you, you
Disney,
need
I have
to
my
write.
wife and
That's
I are
what
now
you know.
doing
Great
books.
storytellers
We
like
have a book out
Kevin
called
Lively,
Local Miracle Sleep
singer
Method, which is
songwriters.
about going to bed. So it's a whole bedtime routine book based on a character she did.
okay,
You can get that at skipperkevin.com, which is my website.
you get it.
And then we also, I finished up another book yesterday about apples. So she's going to go through and start illustrating those. It's nice being married to an artist.
Yeah.
Because we can collaborate and we don't have to go out and find artists and everything, and just need to find a writer.
Yeah, I forgot
And
his
then I have
wife was
another book in
was
the
an
works,
artist.
with a buddy of mine named Tiki Tony, who, if you're in the Tiki community, I call him the Dr. Seuss of Tiki because his designs they're so simplistic yet ingenious in how they are. But we're doing the ABCs of adventure, so it's going to be like an alphabet book for kids. But that's. I can have a lot of fun with those.
So we need to go to
I try
skipperkevin.com and see if we
you
can
have to
see
keep in mind
those,
that
right?
Parents are the ones reading
Yeah.
for the kids, so you
They
want
probably
to
have
throw some
to
fun in
pick
there
it
for the
out.
parents.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they
But
do.
also,
Big
you want
praying.
to teach a little to the kids.
Well, and the kids, I mean, when Emma's much older now, but when she was little, and we had those board books, and I mean,
Board book.
the
Yeah,
reason
board
they're board
books.
books is because these kids want to see it over
Yep.
and over and over again. All right, so what you do is going to stay with them, and so you want to make sure it's good for them, but it's also something like you said the parents could read 40,000, 1,000 times.
Put it with a comma.
So that's cool.
Making it with a comma.
What?
All right. Well,
If
this
it's
was the
40
question. I
pounds,
think
there's
you
no
hit on some of
comma.
it, but
Don't worry
I'm sure
about
you
it,
got a
Emma.
lot else going on. You wanna read that
Sweetie,
one?
Yes. You recently
talk to your
left
friends about the
Walking
thing.
Imaginary,
Does anyone have
but
those
it
books?
seems
We
I
don't,
said
John.
that.
you're
And I'm
now
looking to
busier
see
than
on
ever.
his
What are you
website.
working on today?
Well, I'll tell you, this week I went through and I've been doing touch-up paint in the hallways where the kids
Okay,
have been
led
doing
you
the
to an
paint.
Etsy shop.
Let me see.
Oh, I
Did
didn't
some
know you were on
gardening.
Etsy.
I'm
You didn't
fighting
know.
a
Okay,
gopher
it's
in
got
my
something
backyard
called
right
Oh
now that keeps
Blue.
digging holes.
Uh-oh.
But I think I found a way to scare him off. But yeah, I mean,
All
it's
right.
nice
Wait,
because
is
I
this
was
him?
commuting 100 miles each
He
way
said
to work. So
skippercabin.com,
I was
right?
spending
Tropical art
anywhere
and
from an
curiosities.
hour and a half to 2 hours each way.
It brought
on
me
my drive to
to.
work. And so
Want me to ask him?
the blessing in disguise.
Want me to
No,
ask
no,
him?
no. He's
Work from
grocery
home
shopping.
I know he'll come out later
being
when
able
he's
to be more
done.
with my kids, with my two daughters, and so being able to cook them dinner every night is awesome. Taking my daughter to dance is great, and just think I missed so much of them growing up because of my commute, and living in California. This is where we can afford to have a house. It's that far from LA. And so that actually weighed in a lot on my decision.
Yeah, that's
being
him.
Able to
Look, that's
keep up
him.
with my
That's
family.
him.
And
I was
Disney
hoping
is
his
looking back-
books would
going
be
back
on
to
here.
looking at 3 days a week minimum.
Oh,
in the
that's cute.
office,
Pickle
whether it
ornaments.
be here or in Florida.
Tiki
And just,
Pickle and Pickle Bob. Oh, that's
we were delivering different projects by working
funny.
from home, and so
Exactly.
it seemed kind of like a weird choice.
That'd be cute. Then he has to have
But
a
yeah,
Christmas
it's
pickle.
working on those books.
Don't
with
we
my
have
wife
one?
and my friends,
Class.
which is super fun.
Oh,
Also helping my wife grow her business. She's a fantastic illustrator, and so she'll come to me.
I
She
wonder
has a
if
drawing.
he would
And she's like, I'm making
autograph.
cards. She has a whole online shop. Like, I'm making cards. I need a funny caption for this. So stuff I was doing for Disney, I'm just doing.
There you
Possible. We just got to find the
Taking
books.
green cards.
Maybe we could look on Amazon and put a Kevin
but also I
Lively
do a
and
lot of,
see
wood
if
carving.
it
was a way
if
for me
the objects
to,
show up.
Working on projects with Disney, super awesome, super
well,
cool.
it's gonna be
But
on
at the
there.
same time, you're dealing with the realities of budget and crazy.
Why are
safety
y'all
restraints.
thinking ugly
There's
interview
limited
so far,
imagination,
guys?
but there's limited funds. And everybody has notes, so it's nice to have something that you can
Kevin
work
Lively
on
books.
that's yours. That so being able to go into my garage and,
All right.
and carve some
That's
hippos, or
Kevin
make a little
Kurtz.
boat model
That's
or
not
something.
Kevin Lively.
Super fun. for
Kevin
being able to-
Kelly. No,
I
he
sell
doesn't
them
have
because
anything
I
on
can't just have a
Amazon.
collection of hippos I've carved.
Yeah.
Because I would look like a crazy person.
You know, the hippo room.
You're gonna have
Yeah, I
to
have a
message
hippo
him
room.
later and
So,
say, "Hey, watch him. We
sell
remembered
those off. I
your
also try to do auctions monthly,
website. Where
for
can we
charities. I
find
raise
your
money
books?"
for, primate
It's
sanctuaries
gonna
and
be
wild
Yes,
on
he
the
makes
video.
lots of
Kids in the
things
world,
like the necklace I
Halloween
got
Toys for
Emma.
Tots
I
at the end of
showed
the
it up
year.
here
That's just
earlier.
because
But I
it
didn't
dates back
see
to
it.
Walt. And
Okay.
I'm doing it
really cool
again.
charity. I really
Well, then I
care
need to
for.
look at that necklace.
So, and also I get to buy toys,
Well,
which
Daddy
is fun.
could help
I
us
don't
out
need to
with
play
that
with them, but I
later.
can go toy shopping. That's almost as fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's keeping me busy. It's I'm a dad and husband and artist and writer and homeowner.
Yeah, I think you're busier than ever. We started when we came home. I worked for a health system in San Antonio, and we were working, 5 days a week in the office, and they sent us home, and we were home for over a year, or about a year, and then they wanted us to go back, and we've been going back basically about 3 days a week up until recently when the numbers go crazy again. But I didn't realize what I was.
That was that's 2021.
Because I came here and I might drive my wife insane sometimes, but Emma and I get to work.
Yes.
Like rub my wife
and
insane.
we've never done
Yes,
it. So I had
but that's
more
okay.
time.
But
I think I still put in more hours of work at
You
home than I
drive
did in the
me
office
crazy.
because I had about 2 hours a day,
Like no one
maybe an hour and a half a
else.
day in commuting from one side of San Antonio to
He
the other.
drives me crazy.
But it was invested then at home.
Mama,
in
you're
things that I
paying.
wanted to do. So I think quality of life in a lot of ways has been challenging, but I think it's in a lot of ways it's
That's a new sign.
Yeah,
Sound.
I would wake up before my
That's
kids
a dog
and
outside, guys.
get home just in time to put them to bed.
Yeah.
Which isn't fair to anybody.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because it's hard to drive and then come home and turn everything off.
Somebody must be
But,
walking the
but then
dog
I
and
came
somebody's
back and
putting up their
I'm
garbage
working on,
cans.
Jungle Cruise and a
Wednesdays is
couple of other
trash
things that from
day.
home.
Yeah, I heard it go
it'll take a
out
while to
this
get used to
morning.
Zoom, but once it starts cooking,
I want to
and
go
then
out guys
some
and
of my
get
partners they
mad
can
at
still
the
go to the
company
office
people
because there's certain
outside.
disciplines that you need to go look at the model, or sound designers need to go into the recording studio, things like that. Writers.
It's figured if we can do a karaoke night on
to drive in, go into an office, and then close the door to write in peace.
That's right.
Yeah.
We do. Our office does contracts. So mostly what I'm doing is reading and writing contracts. So I can kind of do that pretty much anywhere.
Yep.
So yeah, that worked out great. But it's been fun. I wouldn't trade the time anyway for the world, because Emma, I was just seeing how much she's capable of doing.
and she's learned much more since coming here. She can see she runs. She does trivia completely by herself. She always gets everything set up each night, like tonight and on Saturday nights. Yes, I'm off to the side to kind of help guide her. But for the most, and keep her on track. But for the most part, I mean, she learned to do the giveaway, the StreamYard giveaway, by herself, or just her daddy telling her maybe once, maybe twice.
Are we talking like
when we were doing?
Okay,
I don't know.
Be anything. We've had people talk about the. I can't think of the name of them because we didn't get it. When
what were we talking about? You running the thing?
Tiger.
Yeah, about giveaway.
Something with the giveaway. Something popped in my head, and you said something, and then I
Online porn pet correctable.
That would be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I think Dole Whip.
Anytime, just walk in the kitchen and you're good to go.
Dole Whip would be awesome. There's an awesome caramel corn in California Adventure that not many people know over in Buena Vista Street near the Carthay Circle. That stuff's really good. Mickey pretzels are always phenomenal. Disneyland churros but I can buy Disneyland churros at Smart and Final. They're like the brand is
oh really?
They're just off the shelf, so I could go buy those. So nothing too special there.
Emma, are you working on anything new for the chats?
Yeah.
What do you mean, John? New for the chats? Like what? Give us a clue.
I don't have.
All I do is do gargons things that make me laugh.
But I think he's talking about something else. I'm not sure.
Supply a Dole Whip and I'll be good.
Years lease.
Y'all could have water when you're gone.
Oh, I said with everything Emma's learned to do. I was working on questions. Hey, Dennis. Good morning, Dennis.
Morning, Dennis.
She's just
birthday over there, right?
Person,
right? Okay.
And she
if it's not chocolate, I think it's probably
any new ideas. Kevin, nothing new. We continue doing what we're doing. We're thinking, we were talking about maybe even though we're not on TikTok, not that we're going to go on TikTok, but go back to doing the short YouTube videos where Emma shows off YouTube shorts, where we record in one take something Emma has on her shelf, or something we've collected, something we've purchased, or something like
I've been
that.
slacking because of the holidays.
Y'all get
I've been unpacking all my boxes of stuff.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not talking about that.
I know.
That my buddy in Hong Kong sent me.
Now we have asked Brian if he can get two things for us.
And then right after
one is from Disneyland if it's possible, and we told him we'd pay him back. Nikki driving the train popcorn bucket. And because Skipper Dad loves what?
We're doing fine, Dennis.
We're doing great, Dennis. Thank you for asking. How are you?
That was quick and easy, huh?
Yeah. I love that.
You keep making me lose my train of thought.
You were talking about that popcorn bucket that we can't tell Daddy about.
Yeah, he knows about it. And the hat box goes zipper.
Finding bamboo right now is kind of tough. I love the aesthetic.
But they're not going to be in Disney World, and we don't know anybody going to Disneyland anytime soon.
Breakfast in the resort.
I only went time once that we're out for a movie.
Isn't that cool?
Like Matthew was pick her up a movie. and one of them was Hattie.
The Disney was called Maverick
But
and
he had-
Disney still
And I were like,
Copy.
copy.
Oh,
And went to
heard
that
along-
and it
she
glow
heard-
in
I
the
think it was
dark.
Jeff again. That
I don't know if they're
they
still
had
out yet,
contests
though.
periodically, and people would get to spend the night. In the
Maybe
haunted
I
house.
could get one for
That
Christmas.
was it. Wasn't it was they had a dinner.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they ever did the sleepover, but I know they did dinner in the portrait hallway that leads to the
Oh,
Doombogus.
yeah.
Disney.
It wasn't surprised. He knew
I
about
think
it.
they might have had a sleepover competition once, where I think they just brought beds into one of the stretching rooms, and that was it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but there's no
All right.
bathroom in there, so that would.
That would be a
Yeah, that's right. There's no bathroom in the
I guess
Haunted
most don't need
Mansion.
them.
You'd have to hold it. All right, you ready for number 13?
Yep, that's right, Daddy.
Yes,
Bears don't
60%
need that.
of the night wouldn't
Actually,
need
guys, don't need that.
Here is number 13.
If you could build any Disney attraction, current estate, or was never built in your
Wait, any-
backyard, which
If you could build
attraction
any
would it
kidney
So
attraction,
here's a fun fact: is
and it
that
was
I live
built
north of
any
LA,
Disney
so I live
attraction.
in
Oh,
Bakersfield.
that's
It's-
funny.
It's pretty rural.
Oh,
But I have a really big piece of property, and I looked at Google Maps, and if I take a little bit of my neighbor's property, just like a sliver of it, I could fit the Matterhorn.
Silver.
Matterhorn's also not that big, so don't let the
Matterhorn.
But
Yeah,
if
he
you have a
wanted to
nice
build
big
the
chunk of
Matterhorn.
property,
Yeah, but
the
Matterhorn.
Oh,
Matterhorn, that's to change the sleds.
Matterhorn.
Okay,
I'm back.
okay,
Not
okay.
so good.
Yeah.
Eh,
It was. I was saying. I think it was closed when we were there.
Dennis,
Dennis
when are you
issues
going to go
with the
see
waterfall or
the
something.
Haunted
I think
Mansion?
it was
Yeah.
one of the crack
It kind of looks like you
One of the
think
tracks.
of it.
Yeah, one way or another, we
I
didn't
haven't
get to ride
seen
it
the
this
Jungle
time.
Cruise popcorn bucket. How did
But I've
I
always
miss
wanted a
that one?
lazy river.
Well, we came out
If you
with
guys
the
want to
movie
come with some
then.
shovels and dig me a lazy river.
Gosh, yes, that would be
It probably
awesome.
looked when
I think
when
Emma
it
could
time
live in
when
the
we
water,
might have
too.
it.
I know I could.
I
In
will
the
work at the
market.
Haunted Mansion.
I think you got,
I
you got Haunted Mansion
I
on break
want-
right now.
Like, I want that for Christmas.
Maybe I could get
now.
one for
A Haunted
Christmas?
Mansion Christmas.
Oh, that's
Like-
cute.
well,
like
we'll
that
see,
is
okay?
correct.
Let's go to number 14.
Carry on.
All right.
I would build the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World
Well,
and Acapulco Creek. That's Paul Freed and the others
And that's
who
Paul
work
Please
on
instead of
a
Paul
Haunted Mansion
Freeze.
to
Don't
avoid
screech in the
over
microphone.
to come where.
Oh, Emma has a thing for
Oh,
Paul
my-
Frees for some reason. She loves Paul Freeze's voice
yeah, you
and the
could
stuff that he's done.
Settle,
Um,
settle
so I
down.
think
Settle
if they were
down.
really spirits, you would want them to
I
live
want
in
to
your haunted
fall over.
You no, don't fall over.
I want to fall
mansion.
over.
He's not weird.
Well,
or
you're in a
anything.
good seat now. You
All
can't
right.
fall over.
I
Here's
want to
number
fall
14.
over.
You could
Oh, so
only
silly.
visit one Disney park in the world in the future. Which one would you choose?
Like I could only visit that one from now on.
Yeah.
Oh, I would stick with Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
where I,
quit-
grew
I
up.
quit-
That's,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
my
What?
home away from home. Yeah. I-
Emma's
I
face is
love
red. Yeah, I
Disney
know.
Disney
She's
Sea. It is
she's
gorgeous.
laughing at the translate the
Disney
closed
great.
captioning
All
on
the
the
parks
on the
in Florida.
stream.
Love them.
Oh, please pass
But
the
Disneyland,
popcorn,
like,
please.
I can't turn my back on it. It's like turning your back on a family.
That's right.
It won't even be family.
That's right, huh? That
I
is a
won't
really cool
add
one.
any
So have you
family.
changed your mind,
What?
or is that the
No,
same?
Emma, you have to
Okay,
listen.
so
You're
the
not
one
listening,
thing I-
sweetheart.
Oh,
You wanna
okay.
be-
Wait.
Oh my goodness,
won't
you're
put
on
that-
that track and
Yes.
it's not changing.
Yes, I can be a fangirl.
Yes, you are a fangirl. All right. Number 15. This is the big one. You ready?
All right, this one I want to hear, okay?
There you go.
If you could ask Walt and Roy Disney one question each right now, what will you ask them?
So that I want to hear this. I forgot it.
You know, it's such a it's an interesting question, and you know, one that comes up a lot. It's like, what would Walt think about blank? But you have to remember that there's been 50 years for Walt, and then 50 years now for Roy that they haven't experienced. So there's a lot of like nice sentimental questions you can ask, but as far as like any like
Me too,
practical
thanks, sweetheart.
operational or directional questions, like if they were to magically come through a Doctor Strange portal right now on them,
You need
like
to
there's
that
so
movie.
much gap you'd have to fill in, right?
Yeah.
So so it is a very nice romantic thought of being able to, ask them. But at the same time, you want to ask like what's next. Walt was that visionary that was designing a city of the future on his deathbed. And so he had those larger than life thoughts. And then Roy doesn't get enough love and respect that I think is owed to him. But asking Roy a question, I guess the question to ask them both is like, hey, do you guys want to grab dinner? Right? Then you can ask them a lot more questions, and you're sitting there. And
there you go.
Just to have
and go to Tamo
discussion,
Shanters.
I would rather listen to them talk than ask them a question, right? Like, I think that's the approach I would take.
That's cool.
Because, people like, hey, Walt, what attraction should we build now? Well, Walt doesn't know about the last 50, 60 years worth of amazing stories, our partners have told. Walt doesn't know what Star Wars is. Like, if you took him on Rise of the Resistance, it would be like,
that's cool, Dennis. I think you'll enjoy it.
The Transformers ride, right? Because I don't know Transformers. I didn't grow up with, it wasn't my fandom. So when I went on it, I'm like, oh, that's a cool ride. I didn't understand any of it, but it was cool and I could appreciate it. But taking Walt on there on Rise of the Resistance, which is hands down the most mind-blowing experience you could ever have, especially for a Star Wars fan. I think he'd walk off and be like, that's fantastic. I don't know what any of that was. Because the world has changed so much. So,
Emma and I, with some friends of ours, saw it on the day before the big opening day.
Walking past
so we saw it on a Thursday.
It was before the opening day, which was Friday.
And there were maybe 25 to 30 people in there. We had the best seats in the house, all the way in the back, dead center.
What do you mean?
Nobody around us, and we enjoyed it. We really did. You can hear people laughing, and you knew the Disney fans that were in there because the Disney fans were laughing at all the Haunted Mansion joke, or looking at all the tons of Easter eggs, because they really put in just about everything related to both Haunted Mansions in the States in that movie.
And how I remember Walt wasn't here when those two opened.
Exactly. Yeah, so those would be like brand new experiences to him. And our colleagues over the last years have done amazing things.
Yeah, but don't tell Dennis that.
Show him. I think a really would be a very nice, awesome thing to show him would be the Enchanted Tales with Belle, like pre-show, because he's familiar with the animated.
Yeah, John, we can make his chili.
Hey, we're walking into an animated.
We can make his chili to put on hot dogs.
Open up out of nowhere, and then you can walk through it.
That would be cool.
He would have been all about that. He would have loved that.
That was pretty amazing the first time we saw that. It was just because okay, there's something practically happening here. But when you're watching it, you just don't even think about that.
Yep.
You're just there, and it's like, wow, this is amazing. Remember that? Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's quintessential Disney right there.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was the last question. Did you
can turn it off after he goes off, and it comes back to the two of us. When we first showed, hang on, let Kevin say bye. And then we go, no, she's over here. She was by my feet. And then she moved to underneath the little desk.
Yeah, have y'all seen the Jungle Cruise movie?
We know have
I seen the Jungle Cruise movie?
Player.
I was invited to the premiere.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, we don't have the DVD player anymore.
Actually, we don't have any place to put a Blu-ray because the TV is hanging on the wall with the fireplace in our new house.
Yeah, I know.
We moved into a year ago, not moved into, but we bought it a year ago today. So today is our 1 year anniversary of living in this house.
But yeah,
I don't work out either.
We watched it. My dad wanted to watch it, and my dad is in his 70s.
And I work out with women and that thing.
Hero kind of guy, so I was like, okay, I can see the angle.
Marvel.
Well, just a lot of stuff, right? But he really liked He really liked it, and I wasn't sure how he would take because he's not a big.
Will we really going to go at
Emma just went to Disneyland for her 25th birthday in Easter.
So he doesn't know the story and all.
She and I are going to be meeting the Christian rock band Skillet backstage, and getting pictures made and stuff like that. And then we had to buy seats because we couldn't. I can't stand in general admission, so that's a pretty expensive thing there in October.
All right.
We will be.
Thank you so much for coming on my show, Mr. Kevin Lively.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed being had.
I enjoy being had.
We'll also add a link to your website.
Oh yeah.
In the
Awesome.
description.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, turn off and put the two of us back. Just over here, Emma. Over here.
Oh.
Just click it off. There you go. And we back.
Well,
but we really weren't gone. We were off to the side over there. This way. This way. So,
well,
I forgot. There was a lot of things in Kevin's interview that I had forgotten, like his link. I looked it up while he was talking about it. There's lots of cool things on there for purchase. Kevin Skipper Dad bought a tiki necklace from that shop. So we'll have to bring. Yeah, I think it's a great interview. He was a great person for Emma and Kevin to interview. Being a former Disney cast member. We are 8:15, so I think what we need to do, Emma, is wrap it up. Okay. So let's tell we don't have the, what do you call that Daddy makes for all the shows? Placeholder.
Oh, placeholder for this Saturday.
But this Saturday night, trivia will be Lilo and Stitch, and it's going to be
all three movies.
So, one was film, released in the theaters, and two were direct to home. So, or home video, direct to home video.
Yeah.
So that is what it's going to be. And then next Wednesday, Reaction Summer is Show Emma.
Next Wednesday the 9th.
Wednesday the 9th is the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland's
54th
birthday. So I guess Emma and her dad will probably do a little something, or it's going to be me. I got to go watch. I got to.
Mama.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I gotta watch them. Now I have homework. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Homework.
Or I gave y'all this clue. This is the last time I tell you. A lot of the stuff comes from just Googling the movies, and I get a lot of the information, not specifically of the movie, like songs, characters, and stuff, because I can remember all that, but directors, music, release dates, all that I get off of Wikipedia. Excuse me. We get all that from Wikipedia. So
everything on Wikipedia now.
Right. Or Disney fandom. So check out those sites and you'll get them all right. Okay. So we're signing off.
No.
Sorry we ran late. Yes, you're going to have tons of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Tons.
Actually, my boy, Honey.
Well, he's not an Easter egg. He's the main character.
Well, not main character.
Well, he is. He is one of the main characters in the movie. I'm not saying anything about him.
I know. No.
Okay, I'm not. Let's go. Let's wrap it up, girl. You got to eat supper.
As always, I want to thank you all for watching. We got the going to go to do in watching. And share the link out to your.
You're welcome, John.
Social media.
Oh, and don't forget on Trivia's. Let your friends know.
Yeah.
Let your friends know when you share. When you share Emma's page, her link, let them know. If they're in and they're watching, they could be eligible to win. Also win
an e-gift
card from Disney, sponsored by Storybook Trips and Storybook Trips by Bridget Langford, who is our Disney authorized travel planner.
I know,
but she also books other things too.
It's the company, not her.
Yes, Storybook Trips by Bridget Langford. That's who sponsors it.
I go get the company.
Emma, that's who sponsors it.
Oh.
Okay. You didn't have the conversations. I did.
I know.
Okay. All right. So until Wednesday, until Saturday, and trivia, and winning a gift card. We're in a new month. Okay. Bye. Tell them.
And always, I want to you all come up to Rocky, make a like, subscribe, and share the link out to your social media. Connect that like our video. Be random. Like your video.
Bye.